Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Isabel, hence my username. Izzy Gazada is part of my last name, just both shortened out. Today, I just wanted to come on here and basically introduce myself and provide you guys with my purpose behind my channel and wanting to create content in the first place. Life is full of first times, so every day that you wake up, you're doing something for the first time. For me, I'm really big on taking my lessons and applying them to my life to make sure that moving forward, I'm doing the best thing that I can to improve my life. There was a quote that I found, and I did share this quote with you guys as well on my YouTube community tab. And I was watching All American season 5 and episodes, I think it was 12 to 14. Those episodes were really impactful for me. Like, when I tell you that I was crying like a baby, I was crying like a baby. I think the reason why is, I don't want to give any spoilers, so never mind. But if you haven't watched it, I definitely do suggest that you go ahead and watch it, because honestly, it was just such a great season. And I'm not even done with it yet, but it just spoke to me so much. And of course, there was a quote on there by Coach Baker that says, "Life is a series of losses, but losses breed lessons, and lessons create blessings." That quote spoke to me so much. I am very big on life lessons. Like, every day that we go through life, there is a new lesson. Whether we acknowledge it or not, there is always a lesson. For me, that spoke to me a lot, because had I not gone through everything that I've been through in my life, traumatic or not, I wouldn't be the person that I am today or be where I currently am today. Just going through the whims and trying to better understand myself and figure out exactly what I am meant to do. And I feel like this is the reason why I have my channel, because I want to document that journey. And a lot of people always mention, like, you should have a niche, you should, just focus on one thing. But I don't like to limit myself. I've never liked to limit myself. I feel like I'm a jack of all trades. I like doing multiple things, and I want to be able to express that creatively, which is my YouTube. I love editing videos. I love filming my videos. Just everything about the, creative process behind it, I thoroughly do enjoy. And, having my first video on this channel being or if I didn't delete anything prior to that, but from what I currently have that is private, it was a what's on my iPhone in 2013, I believe. And it's so crazy to look back at how young I was and still trying to get my YouTube up and running. Like, anyone who you will speak with would tell you that if they really knew me, of course, if there was one thing that I always enjoyed doing when I was younger, was making YouTube videos. That was something that I thoroughly enjoyed. I never did it because of monetary values. I never knew that that was even an option. Obviously now everyone knows that, and they are trying to embark on that journey. But for me, it's never been anything that I do, honestly, other than work, of course, is not about the monetary value. Like, there's a lot more out there for me. And it wasn't until this morning that I realized what my purpose in having my YouTube was. I've been going back and forth with trying to figure out how I would have an introductory video, and this is my introductory video. That was a really long introduction to my introductory video. I do have here a couple of notes that I wrote, because if there's one thing about me, I can go on a tangent and just completely forget about everything that I'm even trying to talk about. If it wasn't for this podcast that I listened to this morning, I was cleaning And well, before I started cleaning, I was listening to this podcast, and I will link it down below if you guys do want to watch it. Chrissy Chella on finding your vision, mission, and why. This podcast is from a year ago, but it came up on my feed, and I was like, you know what? Let me watch it, because I love, like, that title was really catchy, and it just caught my attention. And lo and behold, it was something that definitely made me think about my why and what exactly is my vision and my mission and everything else. And that overall concludes my purpose. There was also another podcast that I had watched a couple of days ago, which also plays into my purpose. It's from the Unemployed Millennial podcast here on, well, I watched them on YouTube. I don't know if they are on any other platform, but it's with Anne Marie. She's the host. She interviewed Ryan Ng Films, and it's called How to Build Your Own World. And I will also leave that down below. The section where they talk about building your own world also spoke to me, because I've kind of felt like for a long time I've been the person that's like watering herself down to fit in with other people, or just conform or condense myself to whatever else is going on around me. I never tried to I tried, but not hard enough, or even had the motivation to do so, because everyone else around me was kind of like living on autopilot. And that also caused me to eventually move out of my hometown, which I used to live in New York, and I now live in Texas. I live in Houston, and moving here was probably one of the best decisions that I ever made. It was a very big pivotal moment in my life, because it only turned my life around for the better. I was able to finally sit with myself. When I tell you that one of the best things is being in your own space and sitting in silence and just being able to hear your thoughts, because that is the only way that you will be able to do any deep work that you do need to do. And I mean, that's how I am able to do it, just being in my own space, in silence, disconnected from everything, and just listening to my inner voice. With that being said, I am not on social media. I deactivated my social media back towards the end of March, about the last week of March. And so it's been March, April, May. So it's been 2 months now. So it's towards the end of May. So it's been about 2 months since I've deactivated my social media, and I honestly have no desire of going back on social media. I feel like my life is so much more at peace, and I feel like I can think and I can breathe easily. The world is just moving so fast when you're on social media. There's a lot of comparison on social media. There's a lot of negative energy, and that's kind of what I get from it. And anything that is going to hinder me in whichever way, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is, I am going to remove it from my life completely. So not being on social media for the past 2 months has honestly been one of the best experiences ever. I have done this before, and I do have another video on my channel that I did upload, I think about maybe 2 years ago now, or maybe a year ago. I constantly used to compare, not really myself, but the living situation, and seeing people's experiences. And obviously social media is full of really happy moments, and that's not everyone's case. And I didn't know how to handle both my life and then everyone else's, if that makes any sense. But it was just overwhelming. We're not meant to be following so many different people, and it's just overwhelming. I just decided to just disconnect from my social media, and it's just been the best decision that I've ever made. And I just feel really happy, really peaceful. It's given me the ability to think freely and to connect with my creative side. I just feel like everything comes to me easily now, and it's the best. I've found a new interest in cooking, and because I used to spend so much time on social media. That's another thing. I would spend on TikTok scrolling for hours, to the point where it's like sometimes I'll forget to eat, or I'll forget to do things that I have to actually worry about. It was just too much. For me, the disconnect was necessary, and I'm glad that I did it. I also stopped drinking alcohol. I feel like I think a lot better when I'm not like on any kind of substance. I used to smoke weed a lot. During my depression, I was also smoking a lot because it was the only thing that would give me an appetite, and I just can't go back to that. And I had a awakening outer body experience where I was just looking at myself like zoned out, dead, like just not dead, but like just like stuck in that moment without being able to do anything. Like my body was like paralyzed. It was just crazy. All that has brought me to where I currently am, and I just couldn't be more grateful for all of those lessons and experiences that I have gone through. The purpose of my YouTube is to be able to share my journey in adulthood. We're not all perfect. I'm not perfect. So I want to be able to, share the real, raw, and authentic version of myself. And I'm coming to you all natural, hair is in a bun, no makeup, I'm wearing my glasses. This is me. I like being comfortable. I like just letting my skin breathe. I just love being me in every way. So I just want to be able to share my journey with those who are trying to basically find themselves or understand what exactly their purpose is. If I'm sharing mine and that inspires someone else to try something that I am trying, as I said, life is full of firsts. So there are a lot of things, and on my channel I do have a couple of videos of me trying something for the first time. I cut my hair on YouTube for the first time. I did my big chop on YouTube for the first time. I went skydiving for the first time. I moved to Houston for the first time. Life is just full of firsts that I would love to share and create this ball and enjoy the world and everything that it has to offer while creating my life in general. At the same time, this allows me to heal my inner child, because creating content is something that I've always wanted to do. It allows that creative outlet that I've always wanted, but was always worried about outside commentary and what would people think if I'm doing this or doing the third. But to be honest, being 25, turning almost 26, I'm paying my bills. I am doing everything that has to do with me by myself. Like, I am supporting me. And at the end of the day, people are always trying or will try to make your life harder than what it already is. And I'm living a really simple, peaceful life right now. And that's the same thing that I want to put out there. So my content is meant to be entertaining, informative, just whatever you want my content to be for you. If you see yourself within me, I am glad to be that. But I want to create a community where it's peaceful, it's loving. There's so much hatred already in this world that showing love should be one of the easiest things that we should be able to do. And I want that to be the focus of my community that I build with you guys. As I've been mentioning, also creative and individual expression, where I'm trying to find my way as to what really suits to me, what speaks to me creatively. I'm doing that with my YouTube, whether it's finding a new intro, creating a new intro, or upgrading my equipment, or finding new ways to edit, or finding new plugins and finding new music, or all of these things. That is what I want to focus on creatively, and anything else that comes along. As well as individual expression, I have finding out who I am, because although I've reached this point so far, I feel like I still don't know myself in the way that I would want to. I'm still learning new things. as life goes. Like, I'm just recently getting into cooking and trying to be more aware of my health overall when it comes to things that I'm putting into my body, especially because I am acne prone. With different foods affecting my body and my skin, I have been extremely cautious, being a lot more attentive and intentional with anything that I am consuming and exuding. At the same time, you know, I am into like fashion and trying to know my culture as well. I am Dominican and I feel like I don't know much about the Dominican Republic, so that's a big goal of mine, to, you know, be able to go to the Dominican Republic and experience things that I haven't experienced before. I have been out there for summers at a time when I was a child, and as of recently, my last vacation to DR was May of 2021. So I haven't been in a while, but I feel like there is so much to learn about the culture and, you know, even different cultures. Like, I want to travel. Like, that's another thing that I would be including in my video, in my channel, is travel and beauty videos and skincare and all those things that I ultimately enjoy. So my channel is just going to be a plethora of content that I enjoy making, that I enjoy watching, that I enjoy doing myself, and a lot of first time experiences. If you are interested in my journey, if you are interested in following along, if you're interested in being part of the community, if you're interested in anything that has to do with the content that I am posting, just go ahead and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below of something that you have realized might be part of your purpose. I'm so excited to see where this goes, maybe within a year, 2 years, 3 years, because who knows. I just feel really content with where I currently am in life, and I can't just imagine what is to come. I don't know if this video is too long or what, but I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And again, if anything that I mentioned in today's video resonates with you, go ahead and give me a like. Comment down below any thoughts that you may have, and don't forget to subscribe. For right now, actually, my goal is to put out 2 videos a week, and I really want to hold myself accountable to that because I want to be consistent, and consistency is the one thing that I do have to work towards. So definitely want to hold myself to that. I was uploading once a week before, but now I decided to just change that around and upload a video twice a week. Hopefully I'm able to, you know, hold myself to it and do what I gotta do to get these videos out. So expect videos regarding fashion, beauty, whether it's skincare, hair care, makeup, nail care, all of those things, you know, anything that we love to do for maintenance as girls. And of course, food, health-wise, travel as well. Any and first experiences, any and all experiences, honestly, that I may have in my life, I will always be, you know, bringing this camera with me and sharing my experiences with you guys. And if you have any topics that you would like for me to speak on, or any questions in regards to me, who I am, or whatever you want to know, just comment down below and I will be happy to answer those questions or even create a video. But yeah, so I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.